What's going on, gang? We are back with another reaction video, and let me tell y'all, these videos are only getting crazier and more weirder and creepier by the day. So I can't wait to get into these with you guys. But first and most importantly, I want to say thank you for everybody that's been supporting this channel. And if you are new, I want to welcome you to join our brand new family. All you got to do is subscribe, hit that notification bell down below, and please like this video. And I promise you, you're going to have an amazing time. Now, I don't know if y'all ready for these videos, but let's go ahead and get into it.
Did you know the herb eyebright is the best for healing bad eyesight? Bitter melon heals the pancreas. Did you know cloves get rid of toothaches? Cilantro is the best for detoxing heavy metals. Apples detox the colon. Lion's mane mushroom repairs brain cells. Did you know saffron is the rarest and most expensive herb? Elderberry is one of the strongest immune system builders. Reishi mushroom is so powerful it's known as the mushroom of immortality. Share this video with someone so they can heal.
Yo, that was a lot of information. I'm gonna have to write that down, but I use elderberry all the time with my family, and I used to use chaga mushroom, which was amazing as well. I feel like that improved my eyesight on the spot. It just makes you almost have like spidey senses, like where you can just feel more and see things more clear. So that's a good one as well, but I'm gonna have to run that back and write those down and probably go ahead and apply those into my diet.
You go to the eye doctor, they give you glasses, you put them over your eyes, you go back to the eye doctor again, the doctor says, well, your prescription's a little worse, we should give you thicker ones. So you go back and they give you thicker ones, and then you have now thicker glasses, and you keep coming back till your eyes and your glasses are like this thick, you know, they're like so thick like this, that you can't even see anything, because these things have completely blocked the UV spectrum and every spectrum you need to see to heal. And you're not using them anymore because you got glasses to do the work for you. If you don't use it, you lose it. And if you don't feed it, it's going to fall apart. So how does it make sense to keep going back to the same person who's telling you to keep putting these thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker glasses on, and then your eyes are going to get better? Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But if you started training them, start doing eye exercises, start putting some castor oil and some pearl all over your eyes, and you start feeding these beautiful eyes that are here, and give them some structured water, they begin to heal, and you can see again. And it's remarkable because we can reverse everything. We are self-regenerating beings. I've had so many people where they reach out and they've said, I've actually started to regenerate my eyesight. I went to the eye professional, and my eyesight has actually reversed. The points are going backwards. And that's the thing, when we address the root cause, which is usually lack of nutrition, or maybe a lot of toxin overload, or we're not using them, and what happens is they begin to...
Y'all wouldn't believe that's so bad, but at the same time, I feel like everybody has their own issues with their eyes, and I don't know how bad you could have your eyes to the point where you can start healing them and getting them back right. Because let me tell you, if I take my contacts off, y'all better stay in the house. Like, it is not going to be safe outside.
Head north. You can add more time.
How do you sleep with your head north?
You find out what north is in the room.
What if my bed is this way? Which way is north?
Then you change. You
this
find
way?
out. I don't know. But I'm saying, here's what you do. I take a compass on the road with me, and when I go to a hotel, I find out north. You take a baby and put a baby in a crib, the baby will seek out north. We keep straightening the baby up. The baby don't turn all the way around the crib, it finds north. Once you lay down like this, every nerve cell in your body is pulled due north. So if you sleep in north, there's no pull. Just like it pulls a compass, it pulls every nerve cell in your body.
I've been sleeping south for the last like 15 years. I wonder how much that really affects. Wait, I don't even know what just happened in that video. This is the fog hasn't lifted in days. Seen all over the United States. This is not normal. I know in my area it was real bad around June of 2023, but that's because we have smoke coming down here from fires in Canada. Now, sometimes it does look like fog and sometimes it does look like smoke. I think the only way that we can determine it is by the actual smells when it is the smoke.
Denver Airport with a new art installation in the center of the airport. We start off here with the world. At the South Pole there is a gate, and then around the world is sand. At the North Pole there's this pole that leads up to this arrow. The arrow points down to what it looks like perhaps a firmament, to a train station. As should also mention the world is depicted as flat over there. From the train station, from the arrow, we come down here. Perhaps a way to get in and out of the world as we know it. Again, surrounded by rocks and sand. Maybe this is where the lizard people live. It's weird.
I've heard a lot about the airport, but I've never seen this, so I wonder how new this is.
Wait a minute, because I was today years old when I realized that there's human-like figures in the background of backyardigans. Now you might not realize it, but there's a couple of scenes where you'll see in the windows of the houses human-like figures standing in the windows as if they're watching the kids play. Now some theorize that these figures aren't there for nothing. Some theorize that there's a dark backstory to backyardigans, and this story gets so dark that it might haunt. Now the story goes that it turns out that these backyardigan kids aren't just kids that play or animals that play, but in fact mental patients, and that the people standing in the window are hospital nurses looking after these patients and making sure that nothing goes wrong. Because if you notice in the intro music, they'll say we have the whole wide world in our yard to explore, because that's all they've ever known.
There's a lot of perversion and predictive programming going on in kids' movies and shows, but I feel like this one is pushing it. It's kind of reminding me of the Teletubby one. When they say I got the whole wide world in my backyard, I feel like that just means, you know, kids have an amazing imagination and they can turn their backyard into whatever they want.
Anything you want to me. Just make me famous.
I just want $1 million.
3 weeks later, I got friends, and God did not forget about the second part. The American dream happened to me. I got the great job. I was good at it. I bought a house. The house had a pool. I had the American dream, and I really, really liked it. Loved it for about 6 months.
I'm Chandler. I make jokes when I'm uncomfortable.
6 months.
And then I walked in my house and went, "Oh man, this is not fixing this problem that I have. How is that possible?" Jim Carrey did a really good quote a couple of years ago, a few years ago, and he said, "I want everybody to get their dream, all their dreams come true, everybody, so that they could know that it's not the answer."
We got to remember that anything that is outside of ourselves is only that extra add-on. We cannot rely on those things to make us happy. 99.9% of people look outside of themselves to find happiness and to find joy, whether it's toxic, materialistic, or anything else like that. But if we don't have a strong foundation, no matter what we build on it, it's going to keep crumbling and keep crumbling. So first, fix the foundation and then add on whatever else you want. But you always have to remember, you have to turn inwards and start from there.
Okay, I might be reaching, but what's going on here on Etsy? Why are these children's paintings so high? And why is there multiple of them, including one labeled pizza oil painting? Not to mention AI generated pictures of kids eating wings and pizza, going for around 3 to 4K, and even pictures of pizza for 3K. And there's this one labeled coming soon for 51K. And the person's name is Earth's Dark Author. I'm not saying anything is going on here, but let me know what y'all think is going on here.
Y'all, these people are disgusting. They're real live demons just walking this earth doing crazy ass stuff. And we're really blind to the fact that this is really what's going on online. I think a few years back, something like that was going on Amazon, where they were selling real cheap items, but they were super expensive. I think they had like kid names under descriptions, and their descriptions was just a little bit off and suspicious. So I'm pretty sure that's something to investigate and take a look at. I wonder what would happen if a regular person went ahead and purchased that item. What would the outcome be?
Alexa, when does the lockdown begin for disclosure?
From who.int. The strict lockdown will begin at midnight between January 7th and 8th and will last for at least 2 weeks, depending on morbidity indices.
Thank you, Alexa. Signed, American Patriot.
Well, that was interesting because that date has already passed and we haven't physically seen any lockdowns, but who knows? You know, they're always working behind the scenes. So at this point, there could actually be a lockdown in place and we don't even know yet.
What if I told you this TV show is using black magic and we all are under a spell right now? Would you believe it? The writers of this TV show don't predict nothing. They can't see into the future, but we can. So they use us to make it manifest. If you understand what was happening in 2023, you will be able to see what's going to happen in 2024. It's all about magic. In 2023, they had a new king of England. Mexico released all kind of aliens. We had people that's vanishing out of nowhere. They said September 23 will be the end of the world. October 4th, they sent a national alert out to everyone's phone in America. People are now eating lab-grown meat. They still eat it, and they know it's still lab-grown. People in Peru had aliens attack them. Woke people are waiting for the Anunnaki to come back and save them. We had a blue supermoon that we might not ever see again. After the blue supermoon, we had a harvest moon. We about to have a solar eclipse. All these events I just named in 2023, this cartoon predicted. No, they didn't predict. They made us predict it. When people say, I'm woke, and they say, you're asleep, all they really saying is you are under a deep spell. Every time you spell your name, you are under a spell. Every time you write your name in cursive, you are putting a curse on yourself. Everything in this language is dealing with curses and spells to trap your energy. If you want to know what's going to happen next, it's the same shit that happened before. They even said it was demonic to use magic spells. Wait, so they can use magic spells on us and it's okay. But if we use it, it's demonic. Please make it make sense. In order to protect your energy, to stop making things manifest, you can't let them get the best of you. But when something takes place in the world and you speak about it, you are actually changing different realities. We create with our mind. We have energy fields, aura fields, chakras, or even a Merkaba that surround our bodies to actually protect us. But if you have a weak aura field, nothing can protect you. If you have no protection, they can put seeds in your mind and create their TV show realities. They're not predicting nothing. We do it every time we watch it. And they use our avatars or our physical bodies like they are avatars. Every time they put something out there in the world, they are literally poking us, and we create it.
I agree with him 100%. There's so much to say about this video. We are like the largest crystals and the largest computers just in flesh walking around. So we store energy and we store information, and then we put out energy and we attract energy. Imagine us getting all this good information and good vibrations. That's what we're going to perceive. That's going to be our perception. It's going to turn into our reality, and we're going to kind of recreate it over and over in a cycle. But the media, what they do is give us toxic information, bad information, harmful information. And what do? We take it in, we digest it. Now we're angry, we're mad, we're upset. We put it out. And then the same thing gets attracted back to us over and over and over again. A lot of us are disagreeing with what's going on in the world, but at the same time, every single day that we wake up and go to bed, we're doing the same thing. It really starts with ourselves and then reflects onto our children and onto our communities. And that's when we can start growing. One of the things that I'm really proud of about our generation is how we have been recognizing our traumas and that we no longer want to live in that anymore, as well as how we were raised. We are not okay with that. We are not okay with the decisions that our parents have made, and we are not okay with who we have become because of those past situations of how we grew up. And a lot of us are taking a stand, growing, healing, and are making a choice to be better parents for our children. So I'm very proud of that. That's a huge step in the right direction.
Color can affect us up to 3 feet away from us. And also, if we are placed in an environment of a color that we do not like, that color can physically drain us. So let's talk about some of the colors. I have my little props here to tell you about. The first color we'll talk about is red. Red alters the body chemistry. You release the hormone epinephrine in the presence of red. Has anybody out here been so mad that they see red? You've heard that. You know, I remember my mother saying that because I do something and she got so mad at you I can see red. It will increase your blood pressure, increase your heart rate, your pulse, and your breathing in the presence of red. Also, whenever red is in your environment, you will eat more, eat longer, and pay more for the foods that you eat in the presence of red. Expensive restaurants are aware of this. Casinos and bars are also aware of this because you'll lose track of time in a red environment. And in that red environment, you will again pay more or spend money more freely. Red is also a great separator of men and women. And that is not a learned response, that's an inherited response. Excuse me. I need to explain that a little bit though. Whenever we first begin, or whenever we're first born, Babies don't see color at all. In a few days after they're born, they begin to see black and white. After those first few days, boy babies begin to see color first. The visual centers develop first in the boy baby, and they're developed more fully. And when a boy baby begins to see,
that's pretty cool. I think I heard about that before. But yeah, we do see a lot of the red colors in all these restaurants. So it makes a lot of sense if you think about it.
In my bowl, and out comes this paper that was all folded up just like this.
The note contains a mashup of words and references to current events and conspiracy theories. Miller says his big concern is that somehow a note made its way into a sealed food product.
I don't know what's inside the cereal or if this note was laced with anything. It's not the note that really bothers me, it's just these notes are found inside food.
Stuff like that is so intriguing because who put the note in there? Now, if I got that box of cereal or whatever that note came in, it would be going straight in the trash. But most importantly, I want to see what that note says.
So someone DM'd me this video, which is an interview in Spanish, and then it shows this video. So I'm just showing you a little bit of what the guy's talking about. But everything that happened in Miami, we got to stay curious. I'm not sure about this though, but check out the interview.
30 patrullas y un helicóptero andaban siguiendo en la noche de...
Somebody that speaks Spanish, bless us in the comments below if we need to know any specific information that this man is giving us. That will be amazing.
Miami a esta criatura.
What do you guys think? I mean, obviously the quality is always bad, but
it
like,
is.
how can you recreate that?
It really
that looks
is.
like a lizard demon alien.
Otro video de la criatura. Camina en 4 patas y tiene una cola muy al estilo de los aliens de las películas. Sigourney Weaver.
Does that look like something that's from a movie or like a video game?
Is this footage from a movie?
Right.
Yo sí creo que existen. A lo mejor los videos que tenemos todos son falsos, pero de que existen, existen.
Is this footage from a movie? Comment below and let me guys know what's going on in Miami.
That's so wild, but at the same time, it looks so real. I could almost believe it. It could be from a movie or a video game. I'm really not sure. It's very realistic. But please, somebody, next time something happens, we always get this bad footage. Black and white, blurry footage that looks like it's from the 1800s. Like, we really need somebody with an iPhone 21 that gets the latest updates to give us a nice video.
How well do you remember the year 2020? Because a lot of people don't remember a bunch of major events that happened that year. A lot of people mention that 2020 feels like a big dream. There's a theory called the 2020 effect, and the isolation due to the pandemic has caused a lot of people to just forget about 2020 entirely. A lot of people hardly remember having to wear face masks everywhere we went. The toilet paper hoarding, and the extreme price gouging on hand sanitizer. A lot of people don't remember the monoliths, George Floyd, and the BLM protests, the mystery seeds that were received in Texas, or the Subway yoga mat sandwiches. A lot of people don't remember ever being on edge as we waited for that asteroid to possibly hit Earth, Mike Lindell's meltdown over the 2020 election, the invasion of the murder hornets, or the fire NATO. Many of these events have people scratching their heads. Or they kind of remember these things happening, but it didn't feel like it was 4 years ago. 2020 was a year to remember, but a lot of people can't even do that.
I don't know about you guys, but I sure damn do remember 2020 because of how traumatic and stressful it was. Now, a lot of times when something like that happens and people are put in a traumatic or stressful situation, they do seem to dissociate. And a lot of times that causes you to lose certain memories. One thing I've never seen was that sub sandwich in a mat or whatever she just said. I've never even heard of that. So we got the 2020 leap year and we got the 2024 leap year. Same football teams going to the Super Bowl and same candidates are going against each other for the elections. That's pretty interesting.
of the year, we off to a great start, and Joe Biden decided, let me go into a civil war with Texas. This cannot be. Who is this nigga? If you're not already tapped in, keep watching, because this might affect you. So basically in Texas, there is a wire that passes through the border, and it basically passes through Eagle Pass, Shelby Park. And the wire obviously is basically stopping people from trying to migrate to Texas. But my boy Joe Biden in the Supreme Court said, nah, that shit cooked. I don't know why, but he went to go send his goons to cut off the wire. But what turned everything upside down is the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, said, nah, lil' bro, you ain't doing that. My boy Greg is standing on straight border business. He got his goons with him too. Not only did he tell the Border Patrol and the Supreme Court that they not cutting our wire, but he also pulled out receipts and said that the Texas constitutional rights say that they cannot let any migrants in. Now we in a standoff, but this is where everything turns left. No pun intended. So right now, majority of the states are siding with Texas. And they basically saying, nah, we stand with Greg. In conclusion, if we cannot all come into one agreement, we might have to go into a civil war. For y'all that still don't understand how crazy this sounds, the last time we were in a civil war was 1865. You remember the books you used to read in American history? The movies you used to watch on the American Civil War? We about to be the next movie, my nigga.
Nobody's even worried about that or looking into that because we have so many distractions going on social media. We got Blueface and his people doing whatever he's doing. We got Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. There's so much to mind boggle us that nobody's really paying attention to the underlying or what's really happening. But at the same time, you know, with all the things that we've experienced in the past, how do we know that this is not a false flag event? You know, I can't really speak on it. It looks real to me, and I'm sure that it is. But in our reality, it's really hard to tell what is real and what isn't.
The NFL is rigged, and here's proof. Watch
This
this.
is no longer a conspiracy. The NFL is scripted, and I have proof. First of all, the news accidentally put this on live TV, saying that Reba McEntire, Usher, and Post Malone are slated to perform at San Francisco 49ers and Ravens Super Bowl matchup on February 11th. And for the last few years, coincidentally, the color scheme of the Super Bowl letters have matched up with the teams playing each other in the Super Bowl. And this year, the colors are purple and red, which could be the Niners and Ravens, just like we saw on the news. The Lay's commercial for this year's Super Bowl just got leaked, and out of the bag of Lay's comes out confetti, which is the color of the Niners.
I always
the
pay
beginning
attention
of
to
the
that.
NFL season, the NFL literally posted this themselves. It's a video of Lil Wayne reading the NFL script. Everyone thought that this video was going to be Lil Wayne revealing that he's going to be performing at the halftime show. But later on, we found out that it's going to be Usher, so they literally told us that there's a script for absolutely no reason. Watch this.
Wheezy, here's the script to the 104th season of the NFL. Keep confidential. Your part is on page 9, scene 29, line 23. Line 23. Okay.
It's rigged.
I like that.
Damn.
Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Y'all, I keep saying that. It's very possible that it's rigged. But at the same time, I don't want to break anybody's hearts because of how big NFL is. I feel like this country is built on sports. It's built and standing on NFL. Imagine how many lawsuits would happen in regards to like the parlays and all the betting that's going on. Imagine how much money they're making and how much money people are losing. Come on now, y'all, looking at a lot of these games, these plays don't make sense. And it's not just to a few of us, it's to a lot of people. Something is definitely suspicious about this.
Hello. Is the NFL rigged?
Guys, something big is happening. New secret window, usdeadclock.org.
That's the wild
Who
website.
can tell me what this is? I have no idea what this is. Somebody tell me.
So that is the website for the debt clock, and it just keeps counting up all the debt that the United States owes and for whatever reasons they owe it in different categories. But in the middle, it looks like there's a picture of I want to say like a prophecy that is actually in the Bible. I don't know if prophecy is the correct word. Y'all can correct me on that if you would like. But pretty much it's a particular type of alignment that will be happening in the stars that is giving us the signs of end of times. I believe those are the astrological signs for Leo on the right and then Virgo on the left. It's an interesting piece. Definitely look it up. It's worth it.
Oh crap. Is 2024 the beginning of the end and the year of the beginning of the apocalypse? If you're saying no, I wouldn't be so sure about that. This movie right beside me, The Book of Eli, came out in 2010, and it's about the post-apocalypse world, and wait till I show you what's in the movie. Is Denzel Washington speaking to us and showing us the beginning of the end? Look at the scene right here. What's that on
We
the
gotta
wall?
go back and watch all these movies.
Let's blow it up again. It says the year is 2024 AD. And if you zoom in right here on the poster, it tells you it's a tale about a boy, his dog, and survival. 20.
Did that look like a hole going down into like a bunker or something? Because it had the ladder going down there. Now, I don't know if I looked at it wrong, but that's wild.
24 AD.
Yeah, look at that door, too.
Future you'll probably
it looks like it's going to be
see.
sealed for a good while.
That we will all live to see. Are they trying to tell us that the apocalypse will start this year? I'm sure we all feel that heavy cloud above us right now that things aren't normal and that this year specifically is going to be really crazy. You just know it. You just know it. Then we have the 2017 eclipse, and the final one for a long time will be in 2024 in April, making a giant X over America. A tale of two Trumps, if you will. Or maybe I'm just being crazy. What do y'all think?
It all sounds crazy. It always sound crazy, you know? Even the people that got those spiritual feelings and that know what's really going on spiritually and the shifts that are going on in the world, it still sounds crazy to us even. But at the same time, it's unraveling right before us. So what can we really do? We can't deny it any longer. And if you deny any of this stuff after, I would say, the end of 2023, I don't know what kind of Delulu world you're living in anymore, but it's really time to wake up, get up, and stay up. Guys, that is it for the reaction videos for today. I'm so happy to have you guys here. I told you that these videos are getting out of order by the minute. It seems like every time we get on here, we have new conspiracies to debunk. But I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else, guys. So I want to say thank you. And for the new people, we want to welcome you to our new family. All you got to do is subscribe, like the video, and hit that notification bell down below so you can be notified every time a new video is released. Guys, that is it. That is all. Be good and do right, and I will catch you on the next one.